What's up, fight fans? In today's video, Conor McGregor revealed why he risked a staggering $500,000 on Michael Chandler to defeat Paddy Pimblett. And now even guys like Renato Moicano are admitting Paddy's no joke. But there are still big questions about who he'll face next.
Elbows through the guard from Paddy. Chandler's covering up. Yes, lad! F***ing milk him, lad!
That's the best performance of Paddy Pimblett's career by a country mile.
And Kamaru Usman has his own ideas on what matchups the UFC needs to make right now. Meanwhile, Colby Covington says Paddy will never touch a title shot. Michael Chandler shared an emotional post after his loss at UFC 314. Plus, Khamzat Chimaev dropped a cryptic good news post.
This is what I wanted. This is what I needed. And I got it.
Volkanovski's back on the throne, and Arman Tsarukyan just gave fans a powerful message. So without further ado, let's get started. Paddy Pimblett just did what many thought he couldn't. He stopped Michael Chandler in dominant fashion at UFC 314. And now that he's finished a dangerous guy like Chandler, it's time to start giving him real credit. Even Renato Moicano, who once called Paddy easy money, tweeted after the fight, "Paddy is not easy money." Of course, the conversation shifts, but there are still big questions about who he'll face next, and how the UFC plans to handle the increasingly stacked and unpredictable 155-pound division. But before Dana White could even chime in, uncrowned Ariel Helwani and Yahoo Sports sparked conversation by posting a list of 3 possible matchups.
Listen, if they do Charles Oliveira against Ilia Topuria, if Islam moves up to 170, all I'm trying to say is take that Justin Gaethje fight. This version of Paddy Pimblett beats Justin Gaethje.
I know.
Does anyone disagree? Take that Gaethje fight and stamp your ticket to a title shot.
Paddy's definitely ready for a title shot. Sure, the competition will only get tougher from here, but Pimblett has shown he can hang with the best. Plus, with his flashy trash talk, he's always entertaining to watch. But Colby Covington is dead certain Pimblett will never even sniff a title shot, let alone win the belt.
Paddy Pimblett's a little bitch. He needs to stop running my name through his mouth. Just stay relevant, because he's just using me to stay relevant, because he's never accomplished anything. He's never going to get to a title fight. He's never going to win a title, period. He's an irrelevant bum. So when he starts cutting all that weight and cutting chromosomes, and he wants to come to a real man's weight class and fight a real man, he can get his ass whooped. So he needs to keep my name out of his mouth. Otherwise, he's going to end up with my foot in his ass. And that's a fact.
Former champs Kamaru Usman and Henry Cejudo recently broke down the fights the UFC should make at 155 pounds. Aaron Pico believes a Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria matchup would be more exciting than a potential Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria bout.
After watching Paddy fight, last night, I want to see Paddy versus Ilia more than I want to see Topuria versus Islam now.
Wow, why? What is it about that performance?
I don't know. I think Paddy's style is, I mean, his character and it was just fun. And then they have some bad blood. I think there was some things that happened in the hotel, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And I think that would be a fun fight. I think Paddy would that would be a lot of fans would love to see that. They would be more excited. I think they would be more excited with Paddy versus Ilia than Ilia versus than Islam. I don't know. I don't know if that fight's gonna happen, but I know if he wants to come up to 155, what better fight to make Paddy versus Ilia?
I think he beat Islam Makhachev. No, I do not think. But you gotta look. Paddy's only 30 years old. Islam's 33. As time goes on, when Paddy's 33, Islam's going to be 36. Do you think Islam's going to still be fighting in mixed martial arts if he goes 3 more years of whooping everybody's ass? The answer is probably no.
Arman Tsarukyan addressed fans' questions about his next fight in a social media post. Many people ask when my next fight is. I am calm. I am training, focusing, and waiting for my moment. Sports are not always about fairness, but I believe that if you work, do not give up, and stay true to yourself, everything will come. The main thing is to be ready when the time comes. Conor McGregor revealed why he risked a staggering $500,000 on Michael Chandler to defeat Paddy Pimblett, and his explanation was pure McGregor. McGregor admitted part of him suspected Pimblett might prevail. He posted, "Chandler, you rest up, fair play. My history with Mike and the KO odds made me take the risk, but my head was saying Paddy. He's improving. Still got a way to go though. What's $500,000 to an MG like me? Remind me. More than your purse. I'll get it back. Actually, I just did." Following Michael Chandler's recent loss, Henry Cejudo suggested the veteran should consider retirement.
He probably has to get one more and just consider retirement. That's a lot of beatings, man. You know, I think Chandler could have been the best in the world. And I even told this to him. He's too much of a crowd pleaser, and that has really bit him in the ass. You know, you guys remember like Mike Perry too. Like Mike Perry was a crowd pleaser too, and you know, it's just only a certain time before the UFC just says, "Hey man, thank you for pleasing us, but we gotta move on." And I feel like Chandler, they're probably gonna, at this point, maybe the UFC might give him a younger guy, and that's typically what happens in this game.
Michael Chandler shared an emotional post after his loss at UFC 314. In the photo, he's holding his son's tiny hand with a powerful caption, "Never out of the fight." This picture sums it all up. As long as I've got these heartbeats and hands to hold, I've already won. So listen up, fam. If you're watching this, drop some words of encouragement for Chandler in the comments. This guy is a true warrior. Every time he steps into the octagon, it's all-out war. He doesn't play it safe. He doesn't coast. He fights with heart, and he leaves it all in there, every single time. Win or lose, you've got to respect that. Much respect, Mike. See you back soon. After UFC 314, Diego Lopes reached out to Alexander Volkanovski with a classy message. "Congrats, Alex, and thank you for this fight." Volkanovski responded, "You're an incredible fighter and an even better person, brother. Nothing but respect. Wish you all the best." Alexander Volkanovski opened up with some emotional words after taking back his featherweight crown.
Because when you get yourself back out, I guarantee you're going to be twice the person you were than when you were down there. So you can literally grow so much just because of that adversity. So that's what I mean by, it's a privilege. You can treat it, your mindset can treat it as a privilege. If you can treat it as a privilege and have that mindset when you are going through adversity, I guarantee you are going to be a resilient, durable person who can accomplish so much because you won't shy away from a challenge. You won't shy away from adversity. You'll try and get through it and make something happen. It's only going to make you stronger.
Honestly, it was an inspiring fight because he's obviously still the best featherweight to do it.
Yep.
In my opinion. And I think to fight that fight against a guy that has such momentum and aggressiveness and power behind his hands.
Yeah.
After 2 knockout losses, and to hold it together for that fight, to push out the doubts, to do what he did, and to walk away with the strap, it's super remarkable. Yeah. Super outstanding.
A video has surfaced online showing Diego Lopes' hometown neighborhood packed into the streets to watch his fight against Volkanovski. Volkanovski's coach Joe Lopez believes Movsar Evloev is the only fighter who truly deserves a shot. Khamzat Chimaev just got the MMA world buzzing with 2 simple words: good news. That's all he posted. But for fans who've been waiting months to hear something about his next fight, it was enough to light up the internet. No name, no date, no opponent, just a hint. And coming from Chimaev, that usually means something is brewing behind the scenes. It's been a while since we last saw Chimaev in action. Injuries, visa issues, and behind-the-scenes complications have kept him out of the cage. But now, it looks like we might finally be getting some movement. The big question, who's the opponent? Will it be middleweight champ Dricus du Plessis? Or did the UFC already book something else? So get ready, because if this fight gets announced, it could shake up the whole division. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We will be very grateful.